It's too big.
No, it's not. It can't be any smaller.
I know.
Do you know what's going on in that movement?
Rob, I do.
That's like saying, oh man, I wish they didn't put a big, powerful V12 in that car. Like, what a shame that it's so big.
I have dainty little wrists. We got some absolutely amazing questions. We are so appreciative. We're going to do our best to roll through a bunch of them.
First question.
Okay, hold on. We're going to throw it up on the screen as well, but I want to just pull it up here. There we go. All right. Michael Sindler. What watch would you choose if you had to wear one for the rest of your life? This is classic. This is like classic, dorm room stoner discussion, whether it's, car or food or whatever. So we're going to do the watch version of it. Robert Russell.
The Desert Island.
The Desert Island music,
test, right?
exactly.
We used to do it with albums and pieces of gear and things.
So, Rob, what is your answer?
So mine may be the same as yours, and it's quite boring. But the truth is, like, if my back was against the wall, I had to sell the whole collection and like pick one that got left behind that I would live with for the rest of my life. It would be my 36 mil Rolex Explorer.
Yeah,
mine's from 2001, 2002, something like that. And I have sentimental attachment to that watch because I've lived about 10 years of my life with that watch. It has been there for many different milestones. I was wearing that watch at important points. I wore that watch through almost the whole pandemic because I was home the whole time with small children, and that's a great watch for not needing to worry about it.
Exactly.
And that's also, to me, I feel like that's the watch where if I had to put the same thing on every day, whether I'm bumming it around in shorts and a t-shirt or whether I'm at work in a suit and tie, like that fits, it's good, it's cool, it just works all the time. Yeah. And I liked the Rolex Explorer before I even knew anything about watches. I was drawn to that watch in its simplicity, the backstory of it, the Edmund Hillary connection, like the whole thing to me was really cool. And so, Rolex Explorer, 36 mil, forever and ever.
I mean, you're right. Mine too. I mean, so I
thought so.
We're so lame.
It's how, five of us
mine
in
is
this
different.
store
Yeah,
own
we have a
one?
lot. So I have a 1988 1016 Explorer, and everything that Rob just said, I've had it for almost 10 years now. It's been on my wrist for a lot of major milestones, when my daughter was born, again through the pandemic. It's so versatile. That's another watch that I absolutely love because it's so versatile. I can wear it. It's my weekend watch whenever, literally as soon as I, leave this place and I take off a suit, my Explorer goes on, and it's great with a suit. It's great with shorts and a t-shirt. It's great. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't look out of place. I have, and I do wear it with a suit, and it looks totally normal. You can put it on a NATO strap if you want to. You can mess around with it. You don't have to be too precious with it.
That's what Ian Fleming actually wore.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes. So Ian Fleming owned, I guess it would have been a 1016 at the time, a 1016
Probably
Rolex Explorer,
Oof.
and that was kind of the impetus of the whole Bond wears Rolex thing. So I can't remember the story of why he ended up with a sub on the wrist, but it could have all been different if they had just used Ian's
We probably
watch.
wouldn't. We probably wouldn't own Explorers if we probably wouldn't be able to afford Explorers if Bond had worn one. But yeah, no, that's the one.
Yeah.
If I had to only have one, it's got to be versatile.
Sorry to be predictable and boring predicting. But yeah, it's the truth though. And I think at the heart of it, a lot of watch guys would be like, yeah, me too.
Yeah. All right. Next
you're up first now. So,
okay.
From G7 James, what are top 3 Lange watches in your opinion?
Okay. This took me 2 seconds.
Really?
Yeah. My choices are basic, but so first, my all-time favorite Lange, doesn't matter. I am going to figure out a way to get one on my wrist for good. Datograph. Just classic. Platinum datograph, 403.035.
Okay.
Give me an early meter dial. Give me a later one. I don't really care. But just the standard 39 mil platinum black dial with the contrasting subdials. I would be happy pretty much to get rid of all my watches and just have that.
Wow. Bold statement.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm saying it right now. Anyways, that's my all-time favorite. Number 2, the Lange 1. There's a reason why that was part of the collection when they relaunched the brand. Okay, so I did choose, the white gold blue, the reference 101.027, 38.5 mil, just, again, it's very classic. I love the Soiree dials. I've talked about those before, which are the Lange ones with the engraved dials. Those are killer. But there's just something, again, I mean, obviously it's the golden ratio. It's perfection.
That is Lange.
It is
You can't
Lange.
have a discussion about Lange without the Lange
And
one.
obviously, like Rob said, there are myriad ways you can go within the Lange one line, but I would go pretty straightforward, white, gold, blue, because I wear blue all the time and I like white metals. And finally, the Cabaret. I love the Cabaret.
Cabaret Moon.
No, I actually think I would just go platinum black, done.
Oh, the Darth Cabaret.
The Darth Cabaret. I do love the rose gold Cabaret Moon. That's a great piece.
I wish they did the rose gold moon in the black style.
I was gonna say
that would be
the main reason why the platinum black really is the one that gets me is that the date disc is black.
Yeah.
It's not a contrasting date disc like you get in the rose gold black. You have a white date disc, which is like so infuriating to me.
You know what else is infuriating? How wrong you are.
No!
The Cabaret is stellar. That Mr. Wonky Case would love a Cabaret.
You're gonna tell me?
But you're so wrong.
What are you talking
can't
about?
believe that you left off the PLM.
I don't care.
How do you leave off the Pour La Marie?
Because that's not what I'm like. I appreciate it. It's a beautiful watch, obviously. But when I think of Lange, I don't think PLM. All right, whatever. So,
you're a fool.
What are you
Number
picking?
one
what are you
has
picking?
to be the
No,
PLM.
it doesn't.
Yes,
now
it does.
who has the trust fund?
Yellow
this is
gold.
ridiculous.
They didn't ask what you're buying. They asked top 3, in your opinion.
All right, keep going. Keep going.
You can't. The original Lange Pour La Marie Tourbillon is an absolute masterpiece. The first 1815 that they come out with is a tourbillon fuse and chain masterpiece in a beautiful, 36 or 37 mil case. Stunner.
Okay, so you're going to nerd out here.
Nothing is better than that watch.
All right.
So, PLM number 1.
Okay.
Number 2 is the Zeitwerk.
Nah.
Because nobody, the Zeitwerk is its own amazing, awesome thing that exists in a plane of existence that is nobody else comes close. Nobody else makes anything like that.
I love the history. I love the story. I love, the what was it, the Semper Opera House in Dresden. I love the whole backstory of it. And I agree that it is distinctively Lange. It could be nothing else.
Yeah, just get to it. But
it's too big.
No, it's not. It can't be any smaller.
I know.
Do you know what's going on in that movement?
Rob, I do. That's
like saying, oh man, I wish they didn't put a big, powerful V12 in that car. What a shame that it's so big.
I have dainty little wrists, and I cannot pull off the Zeitwerk. It feels like a tuna can on my wrist. I love it. If I was, Captain America over here with these big, chunky wrists, I would wear it too, but I can't. So.
Why we use the heavy glasses. Get the lifting in at the same time.
I'll get my shake weight for later. All right, give me number 3.
So PLM.
Yes.
Zeitwerk.
Thank you for recapping. Yes.
And then.
What the hell? You didn't even think this through?
No, of course not.
What is your third answer, man?
Of course not. Why would I think this through? Why would I prepare it?
God.
It's much more fun to have it be somewhat spontaneous.
Okay, all right. Well, you continue to think here. We'll play the Jeopardy theme in post. What do you got?
No.
You can't agree with me because you already made fun of me for my choices.
I could agree with you.
No, you can't.
Lange 1 is a big contender. I'm kind of leaning towards saying Lange 1 for me, 101022, yellow, gold, blue hands. But that's kind of the same thing as the PLM.
Keep going.
So why don't we actually go with the,
Welcome to the inner workings of Rob's brain right now. What the hell?
You have no idea, dude. If only you knew. There's too many, dude. There's too many good watches. I don't have a number 3 off the top of my head, so I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it at 2. I think those 2 and you're done. Zeitwerk, PLM, I'm happy.
This is ridiculous.
You can keep the change.
The question was your top
one.
3. Whoever asked us that question, I would like to let the record show that I successfully answered your question because I respect you, G7 James. Robert does not. Next question. Let's see what we got. Oh, this is a great one. Okay. Watches Finer Things asked us, what are your favorite neo-vintage, there's that word again, Piaget and AP non-Royal Oak dress watches? We could go on forever about this question. Rob, it's your turn to go first, so what are your favorites?
I believe you have something I need at this point.
Oh, yeah, good point. Hold on. Let me get tray number 2
Tray
here.
number 2. I actually have a great example for this because I am currently quite smitten with this AP, which I didn't even know existed until somewhat recently. This is called the WTM, and this is a C serial.
Flawless pronunciation as always,
Thank you
Robert.
so much. This is a steel 40 millimeter AP that best as I can figure from it being a C serial here is like maybe early 90s or something like that.
Definitely.
And when this came in, my first thought was like, what is this? Is this some kind of prototype or something? And it's funny, another colleague here at the store picked up the watch and said the same thing. So 40 millimeter, it's got basically a JLC caliber in it that's finished by AP and has their markings and numberings on it, but it's basically a JLC caliber. You have what almost looks like this like kind of scientific style dial. It's very sparse. You get an internal cyclops on the date, which I think is really weird. There's nothing on top.
Honestly, I've never even noticed that. That's so weird. That's so weird.
You get this off-center AP. It says Audemars Piguet there, and it has it engraved in the bezel. For me, it's the case.
Weird.
This is almost like the original Parmigiani Toric, which is another watch of this era that I think is really cool.
This is a lot bigger than that, but yeah.
But it's like the steps and the bezels. Like I'll stare at this watch kind of tangentially like this, and I'm like, man, this is so cool. And it's steel. Like, I don't know why. I'm like head over heels for this thing. I think this is the first time an AP has come into the store where I have actually been like, I need to own this AP. I love AP. I love the Royal Oak. I've always loved, especially the Kasparov Chrono. I think that's like my favorite Royal Oak of all time. The 16202, 15202, all of that stuff is really perfect.
4100.
But this 14790, all of those are great. I'd be very happy to take ownership of any of those. But this actually compels me.
You are compelled?
I am compelled. Like, I am smitten with this watch.
It's cool.
I think this, I don't know how to describe it.
Well, what we always say is like, because we do this day in and day out and we get to see all this crazy cool stuff all the time, like, we have like devious watch tastes at this point. Like, it has to be really weird to catch our attention, and that is super weird. Like, we've never seen it. I didn't even know that existed. Like you said, like,
it's
is it
like
a prototype?
Remarkable in its unremarkableness.
Yeah. But it's just cool enough. Like, so there are so many other references from.
Oh yeah.
Like, I guess I would.
Where'd your tray go?
Well, no, that's for the Breguet question, Rob. Come on.
Oh. I thought those were APs.
The late 80s through like the mid 90s, even up to like 2000, there's so much. Like, first of all, the Star Wheel is killer. That is such an interesting.
The original Star Wheel.
You know, introduced in 1991. It's a Wandering Hours. It's based on a clock that was made for Pope Alexander VII in the 17th century. Like, crazy
You know what's
story
funny?
in history.
Just look. That's another like Urwerk before there was Urwerk.
Why do you have to tie?
I think there's something going on here.
You're going to see Rob with the red string on a board here next week.
I'm just saying, we have the Star Wheel with the satellites.
Anyways, Star Wheel, incredible reference. The QP, the AP QP. Actually, here you go. Hold on. Now. There you go.
See, you did have an AP on there.
I did.
We talked about these we talked about this one last week,
We talked about this. No, not the rose gold. But anyways, the AP QP, killer little watch.
This is another one of those perpetual calendars that punches so far above its price point weight, it's not even funny. Yeah. And this is a rare one.
This is a special one.
Because you don't see these with display backs. This is like the very end
This
of
is also
run.
rose gold, which the vast majority of these were in yellow gold. So rose gold display back, crazy decoration.
Hold on, I got to take this other one off.
That's incredibly special. I'll let Rob model it. But my all-time favorite AP Neo Vintage model line, whatever, it's called the John Schaefer line. If you're not familiar, like immediately, like don't leave the stream, but pull up another window and Google John Schaefer AP. It's SCHAEFFER. It's a collection from the 90s. They were crazy limited. They're all, they're cushion cases. So John Schaefer was in the 20s. He was an AP client. He had special pieces commissioned. It actually had his name as the markers on the dial, like all kinds of crazy stuff. But they were all in cushion cases. So AP came out with this line in the 90s, all using cushion cases, and there's all different kinds of complications. They do a star wheel. They do a minute repeater. There's a perpetual. There's all kinds of really interesting variants, and they were made in incredibly limited numbers. So if I had to choose a favorite, like, vintage, neo-vintage, AP model or model family, it's going to be the John Schaefer.
That's a deep enough cut that even I don't know that.
Really?
I'm going to have to look that up. It up. I am not familiar.
Unbelievable. And like they made them in like ridiculously limited numbers, so they very rarely come to market. You'll see them in auctions every once in a while, whatever.
We didn't really talk about Piaget, and I do want to say that like this is an interesting era in watchmaking because in the 80s and the 90s, a lot of mechanical movement makers actually kind of like just called it a day and hung it up because the quartz crisis was like a real like big thing. It really impacted these brands in a big way, and if you wanted a mechanically powered chronograph, you had one option. Valjoux, Lemania was the only people making those mechanical chronographs. Right. Everybody else had kind of called it a day and closed up shop. So, you had Piaget still working and working really tirelessly at the ultra thin thing in an incredible way. And so there are some really amazing Piagets from that era that almost defy belief with how thin they are and they run. I think it was Piaget who made one at one point. It was a prototype. It was so thin that when you put it on and you strapped it down, it would flex the case and it would stop running. They'd actually jumped the shark and went too far. and they had to not make that one because you couldn't wear it. It would stop the minute you strapped it on.
I'm sure at the time the material science just wasn't there yet. No. Because like now, obviously, with
they make these things that are like
the
crackers.
RM Ferrari. Yeah. But so for me personally, the Piaget that pops to mind. And it's interesting because they actually stopped production. It was vintage. It was made in the 70s and early 80s, and then they relaunched it not that long ago. It's the Warhol. Yeah. So if you're not familiar with that one, go ahead and look that up. Andy Warhol famously wore it. I don't even know.
I was going to say it's called the Warhol now, but back then it was.
It was some random Piaget reference number. I'm not sure what it is, but they now there's a whole line of them now. It's still very limited production. They actually just this week or last week came out with a very interesting variant of it, but I love it. It's super cool. It was a Beta 21 back in the day, so very cool.
Unfixable.
Well, exactly. So you want to talk quartz crisis? There you go. But they make them. There's one white gold, a malachite dial, green malachite. They do white gold with like a tiger eye.
Piaget makes cool stuff now. Those altiplanos where the dial and the movement are all integrated. And stuff. Cool. I'm looking at the clock.
Let's just keep going with questions. One more.
Really?
Do you want to do this?
I want to do the mystery tray, man.
All right.